Hey guys, welcome back to another video over here on the Chinese Zodiac and horoscopes. This is going to be a reading for all those born in the year of the horse. So if you're born in the year of the horse, or you know somebody that's born in the year of the horse, then this video is for you. Just going to give them a shuffle up here, and then we'll see what we've got for you guys this week. Let's see. Let's start there. We'll take that one from the bottom, we'll take this one from the middle, we'll take this one from the top. What have we got? A black, white, black. Okay, so not looking great, but let's not jump to conclusions. Let's just jump straight in there. We've got a catalyst card. We've got the sheep or the goat right there. That's a catalyst card. That's a card meaning change, and it's not necessarily going to be a great change. It's in the negative there, but it doesn't mean it's going to be a forceful change either. This could be a change that's eased in slowly over time, so you're going to have time to adjust. The sort of sheep and the horse, they don't tend to have a huge clash or have a lot going against each other in compatibility, so I don't think it's going to be a massive change that's going to affect you long term. I think it's just going to be one day you'll wake up and realize things may be different or slightly different there. It's not going to be massive or in your face, which you're going to prefer, because having something thrust into your face and being told this is now the way we're going to do things, that's going to affect you a bit differently. However, with the change of direction, I think it's going to affect you and knock you off your game a little bit, if that makes sense, because you're not going to know what's happened. All of a sudden somebody's changed the direction or moved the goalposts. It's not going to frustrate you so much, more than it's going to confuse you. So take a step back and just reanalyze what's happening here. Try and notice these little changes, so you're not caught off guard in that regard. This could be something to do with work. This could be something to do with the working environment and where you choose to spend your career, or at least with the people around you. Now, the people around you, in that respect, they do admire you. They do see you as a very forthright person. They see you as a courageous person, somebody that's leading the way, somebody that can use their initiative and listens to themselves. And 9 out of 10, you do get it right. And I think people do appreciate that. However, you would be a fool to ignore the people that do have complaint. There could be people that do have complaint with the way that you do things, or the way that you have adjusted to this change. So just be aware. I don't think it's malicious. I don't think they mean any ill intent. I just think that they've noticed that you don't necessarily care much for it, or you haven't really noticed it. And this could rub them up the wrong way. That could then turn into challenges. And I don't think you're going to care much for it. Like, you're just going to shrug it off and be a bit more like, well, look, it is what it is. That's the kind of attitude I feel that you've got at the moment, and is what it is kind of attitude. And I think that's going to rub people up the wrong way, because they don't have that attitude. They don't see it from your perspective. But I think that's on them, really, isn't it? That's on them. That's not on you. That sounds like a them problem, not a you problem. Oh, but we got that rat card jumping in there, which is the complete opposite to you. That's the conflict card for the horse there. The rat and the horse do not get on very well at all. So we've got this catalyst here. Now we've got this conflict card. If you want to know more about the goat as the catalyst card, or the rat is the horse's conflict, then do hit that subscribe button, because we are going to be doing videos on this in the future. There are sort of things here that need to be addressed. There are things here that need to be looked into. This is definitely maybe something to do with more the working environment, because that rat is a part of the doers. It is a doer sort of card or personality. It's from that doer triangle, but it is also in the conflict for you as a horse, which tells me that there is something that is going on. There is maybe behind your back, or maybe in the background. I think the sort of work type environment, or the people around you in that environment, they don't necessarily have your best intentions at heart, even though you are adjusting and compromising and negotiating to do your best for them. But you're taking it well. You're taking it in your stride, and I think that's good. It's admirable. It's very good because you are very industrious and you are very adaptable, and you can change direction when you need to. It's just with this level of inconsistency or this level of sort of petty change or tit for tat, I do think you're going to lose your temper relatively quickly, and that's what you need to hold on to. You need to hold on to your temper here. Don't let them win. Don't let them get the better of you. I think somebody might be trying to prove that you're a monster by poking you so many times so you exhibit traits of a monster so they can then point their finger at you. And I think you need to be careful of that, because if you're not, they're going to paint you with a tarnished brush, and that's not fair. I feel that's not fair. Like, I don't feel that's just. I don't think there's a reason for that other than maybe jealousy. Maybe, like I say, they resent you because you're handling things better or you're adapting better, or maybe the changes that have been instigated were your idea, and now that they've come into fruition, that person really doesn't like it. You know, that rooster card there, they're criticizing you. Somebody is being a critic. That critical rooster coming in there. Don't get me wrong, horses and roosters, they have quite a, you know, amicable relationship in regards to compatibility. So none of these two black cards are actually that bad for you. It's actually the white card in the middle, which is showing your conflict card, which really says that there's not really a bad message or spread here, because the two black cards aren't that bad for you. It's just there is something or someone there in the background which is making it hard for you to be your very best. You could reach your potential if you could overcome that hurdle, and I think it could be something to do with who's the boss in this situation, who's the person that's maybe not appreciating you, who's not you know, considering all the hard work you're doing. They are kind of taking the mick a little bit out of you, maybe, and you need to get the upper hand here, because otherwise they're just going to dominate you. And maybe, you know, I'm not talking bosses in the actual employer. I'm talking about somebody who thinks they're the boss, somebody who's acting the boss, somebody who thinks that they can tell you what to do condescendingly, patronizing, just saying, you know, you aren't doing as good a job as you actually are. They're basically trying to throw shadow at you. They're casting a shadow over you, and they're criticizing you in a very sort of possessive way. I mean, they're becoming very argumentative, either behind your back or just straight up to your face. Yeah, this is going to be a challenge. But I think, again, I don't think it's just. So I think you're going to get through this, and you are going to come out on top here. I think you're just going to fly by this, because you are able to move on in unconventional methods. You'll adapt, as I say. You'll negotiate, you'll compromise, you'll make alliances elsewhere. You will do whatever it takes to get that job done, regardless of this person who thinks that they're better than you or is criticizing you. And I think it's because there's changes that have been made where there was a change. It turned out that you could actually adapt to it. You could do it. You could just say, for example, a new machine was brought, and that new machine came into work in the factory that you're employed in, and everybody was a little bit skeptical about it. They got confused by the buttons. They didn't know which levers to pull at the right times. But you came in, you did it straight away, and you got it straight away, and you adapted to it, and you learned on your feet, and you just got it done. These are the people that are struggling to catch up with that. They're now thinking, you know, oh, look at you being all better than them, kind of thing. Resentful. They're being sort of resentful, and in a way criticizing you, condescending to you, just sort of maybe pushing you out a little bit. Or, you know, maybe it's because you didn't want to go down the pub on a Friday night. Maybe it's because you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend and they don't. Maybe it's because of the car you drive. Could be any reason, for whatever reason, by whoever, but there is definitely somebody who doesn't like what you're doing because you're doing it right. You are doing it right, and you're doing it well, and you're doing it in the best possible way. And that's where the animosity and the jealousy and the resentfulness comes from. And I don't think you should let that get you down. I don't think you should let that affect you, and I think you should continue walking with your head held high and hold on to a little bit of pride there. my lovely horse people. But we'll find out how you do next week when we come back and do another reading for you horse people next Thursday. We'll be back later on today with a reading for all those people that are born in the year of the sheep. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If I don't see you later, I'll see you next week. Until then, have a great day. Love and peace.